And we're joined this morning by Sheila Johnson, who represents the sanitation workers, kind of one of the organizers. And I'm so glad you can squeeze us in this morning. I want to ask you, Miss Johnson, the mayor and his folks are saying that only drivers were going to get raises as a result of this garbage fee. Is that what the sanitation workers understood?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So you guys all knew not everyone was going to get a raise?
Yes, ma'am.
Really?
So what was the feeling? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
My standpoint of view on it, as far as the union, we don't ever want to single out employees and departments. We have always been in agreement to, if you're going to give pay raises, do it across the board so that everyone will benefit from pay raises.
Are you telling me there was a little that you were a little miffed? And how's about the guys on the job? Did this cause a little bit of discord, a little bit of bad feeling that this guy is getting a raise, but I'm not? Any problem with that?
Well, actually, other employees in different departments are very uptight about that, and their discomfort about it because they don't understand how an administration just can come in and make a decision like that to only just give one department a pay raise. Because we understand that the job that those guys do on a daily basis, we understand they need pay raises. Of course they need pay raises, but you have other people as well, like the water department. We have streets and drainage. We have fire department that does, the same outdoor work. It may not be as strenuous or filthy as the sanitation workers, and we get that part, but still there should never have been any division as far as dividing and choosing who gets pay raises and who do not.
What happens in the sanitation department come June when the drivers get a $3 an hour increase and the other guys working right beside them don't get an increase? Because right now that's where we stand, correct?
That's correct.
What's going to happen then? Or is it going to cause some ill will?
It more than likely, 9 times out of 10, it will.
What about any kind of work issue?
Could go back to the same thing that happened before the pay raise got put in place.
When there were sick outs, et cetera, correct?
Right, and then you have other employees in other departments who are looking at it as like you all get rewarded for when you do sick out. Is this what it's going to take to get pay raises?
Let me ask you this, Ms. Johnson.
Pardon me, ma'am. You just said if that's going to be what it takes to get pay raises.
That's my quote is, that's what some of the other employees are seeing. I'm not saying that's what's going to take place.
Gotcha.
Let me ask you this, and we're talking to Sheila Johnson, who represents city workers. Is it officially a union?
We have a union, and we have we're actually trying to get a meeting in with the mayor to get back to the table so that we can do our negotiation. We tried to do that in the last administration, but we kept getting put off, or other things kept coming up where the dates got pushed back.
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you how the sanitation workers all knew it was just to be the drivers. The mayor and his staff all knew it was just to be a raise for the drivers. How did the city council members not understand this was supposed to be a raise for just the drivers? What happened? Where was the disconnect? Any ideas?
There was no disconnect. All of them were aware.
So all of the city council members knew this was only going to fund a pay raise for drivers.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's wrap this up on sort of an upbeat note. We had Ben Riggs, who's the communications manager for the mayor, here about 20 minutes ago, and he said the mayor's going to do, and I'm paraphrasing, everything he can, that they're going to dig deep for the money, see what they can find to give everybody in the sanitation, all the sanitation workers, a raise. Your guys got to feel good about that, right?
Of course. I mean, anytime there's a pay increase for any employee, of course, we're glad they have it. It's just the way that they went about doing it You know, I mean, they give them the pay raise. Mayor Tyler administration, she, ended up giving the ones that was making below livable wages, brought them up to $10 an hour. Then this administration here comes in and give that sanitation department the pay raise. And then you'll say, well, we will visit the budget, a year from now or 2 years from now. And then the time never comes. They always, say there's no funds in the budget to fund other employees' pay rates.
I know it hasn't been a lot of time since this has all come up with giving raises to everybody in that department. But are you optimistic? Are the workers optimistic, the rest of the workers, that this will happen?
We're not.
You're not. Why so?
We're not. Because, I mean, the employees have always felt that we are on the back burner. Feel that everything else comes first and foremost instead of taking care of the workers that take care of this city.
Your message to sanitation workers that are not going to see an increase, what do you tell them today?
Well, we're just asking them to hopefully, just hold on, and maybe the city council will revisit whatever money gets put into this reserve to, give them due diligently what's due to them. That's basically about all we can, put out there to them.
Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us on such short notice this morning. Thank you, Sheila Johnson. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.